Good evening, everyone. Welcome to KOTR. Tonight's broadcast will be meditation. We'll be covering the subject music. Good evening. Hopefully I don't have any internet trouble tonight. We've been working on the tower today, so our internet's been in and out all day. So I'm kind of getting a late start. So, why did I choose music for meditation? It's one thing that we can all relate to. It's the one thing that we all find peace and one thing where a lot of our memories and emotions are really tied to certain music. Plus music, whether it be just instrumental or with vocals. There's just so many types. And we all are drawn to a certain type because it's the energy. Like I said, energies and frequencies and vibrations, which is, in a sense, when we meditate, it's just like being outside when we go to any creek. The little wind in the air, birds chirping and whatnot. We find that state peaceful. Everything's in harmony. There's the frequencies, the vibrations. For me, music is very important, especially when I meditate. It allows me to, with certain music, enter a deeper state of gnosis or channel energy. Certain types of music trigger certain energies in me. It does with everyone. And it's very important that we understand. Yes, there are tons of meditation music videos out there, which, as I've covered before, an earlier meditation broadcast, that just listening to the radio, to your favorite station, certain tunes, you're actually meditating while you're listening, driving to work, coming home, or going to the store. Each musical note has its own vibration and frequency that reverberates through us. And if you spend much time listening, you can feel the energy. And with that, which I want you to take that one step farther. I want you to focus on the music. Focus on the energy that you feel. Allow the music, allow yourself to only hear the music. Let it drown out everything around you. And the volume doesn't need to be very high. In fact, you want to work on lowering the volume as you meditate to music. For me, I find music the easiest way to enter certain states of trance and gnosis. The other thing I would recommend, just because your favorite genre, or whatever it may be, you need to learn, and with anything we do, whether it be in magic, in occult studies, or whatever, you need to learn to step outside the box, out of your comfort zone. Start listening to other music that you wouldn't normally like. And what begins to happen when you start using music with meditation, you start harmonizing yourself with the notes and chords and vibrations and frequencies. You can start reading the energies, the emotions that are in it. it eventually becomes where you don't need vocals in the background to hear the composer's story. So now you start to see where silence, the true meaning of silence, starts in at. You know, I've listened to a lot of the, don't get me wrong, I like some of the meditation music, but it don't compare to some other music like Bach, Tchaikovsky. But don't let yourself stop there. We have classic rock, we have R&B. For me, I'm more drawn towards the earth-based music. I love Godsmack just because that, to me, they're earth-based. But for when I like do ritual work, I'll listen to Tool, the Anima album. It is actually one of my most favorite albums to meditate to because I can reach such a deep state. There's some country that I'll listen to, some rap. And before, I used to be stuck rock, heavy metal. No, it's all nice and all good, but some things people don't know. I actually have a musical background. First instrument I ever, well, besides the recorder, the first instrument I ever learned how to play was the flute. Imagine that. So yes, I am kind of a fan of Jethro Tull. But I didn't stop there. I learned trumpet, trombone, drums, clarinet, little guitar, but I also learned other music as well, as most people did growing up in school that were my age. Music was a requirement, band wasn't. But once you reached high school, junior high, then neither were requirements. The beautiful thing about music is once you start realizing the notes themselves are a magical formula because of the frequency, the vibrations, how they resonate off things. You can start seeing how they may affect other people as you start using music more into your meditation. You can pick up the energies, how they affect others, which in turn allows you to influence those energies or use them to trigger those aspects in others. So when somebody's down, all you have to do is think of the music that they were listening to and just lightly hum. If you can hum or whistle, or you don't even have to do that. By this point, we should be working on silence anyway. We know what the notes are. We know what the frequencies are. We know what the vibrations. So we just project those frequencies and vibrations to that person. Because we've seen how it affects them, how it lifts them up, cheers them up, gives them that energy. Music is a very beautiful thing. It can make a person cry. It can make a person happy. It can trigger memories of fond times. I mean, by now, most of you know the occult symbology to, like, the letter G7. G7 is actually a musical note. Go figure. G clef, for me, drop D. and you start learning how these frequencies and vibrations affect, then you'll start seeing it just not in seeing it in nature, the flowing of a stream, a babbling creek. These are become, you can see the musical notes now, the energies that they form. Some of our great composers understood this occult fact, that combining certain notes could move people, inspire, or even strike fear, as the Vikings would use in other Roman legions when they beat on their shield. Music is one of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal. The bards of old, which was their weapon, as well as their voice, adding the prose to the music that they played. So the trick is, like I said, first step out of the box, guys. Start listening to other composers, other musicians, whatever you listen to. For me, I'll use mine. For me, I'm a heavy metal dude. So step outside the box. I might go listen to some country and meditate on that. You'll begin to get a very deep appreciation for all music, and in its many, many forms, whether it be just instrumentals or vocals. Acapella is the old barbershop quartets, even church choirs. It is a form of probably one of the purest energies, but it also has many other uses. It'll teach you how to work with silence, because as you start learning the energies, you can project and vibrate those energies just by remembering how a certain musical chord made you feel, the energies that you felt off it. So now you can mimic your own energies to vibrate that exact same thing and project it onto others. Or use it to, as I do, enter deeper states of gnosis. And for many, I think this might be the easiest form of meditation to work with. I mean, every music note has its own frequency that is also represented in the occult, also represented as a scale, a tuning fork. You guys can become much like a tuning fork. Another thing, I don't want to get off in any political stuff, but as you see the protests, since we've been almost an everyday thing somewhere and everywhere around the world, you'll see them use a lot of chant and music. Why? It's because it is that powerful. You can have all the memories in the world, but I can bet you one of your most strongest memory is related somewhere to music. A note or a part of a song will trigger a memory of one of your most happiest times and some of the worst times. That's how powerful music is. And by meditating on that, it allows us to be able to recall those emotions, those energies, which in turn allows us to put it into our magical word. See, that's, everybody's, like I keep saying, everybody's got a misconception of good, evil, light, dark. Guys, that shit don't exist. As you will start learning and finding out as you meditate on these things, they're just vibrations, frequencies that you manipulate, that you, not anybody else, you decide what it is. Then it is what your intent is and how you use it. Because believe it or not, a lot of people, my teacher used to hate it when I would listen to typo negative. To him, it was, to him it was dark. But yet some of my best work has been listening to Bloody Kisses album. Why? The energies that it produces, the tones, the frequencies, and the vibration. It allows me to reach a state of deep gnosis, but at the same time, it is kind of for me, it's uplifting. It's got good memories tied to it, of good times. So therefore, it is not dark. I always tell people, if you hear me listen to Alice in Chains, that's when you should be worrying. To me, that's my suicide. I call it my suicide music. It's my dark music. And it's not really that dark, guys, but to me it is. And so if I'm listening to that, probably my intentions are probably going to be dealing with justice, retribution. But it's not the evil type of justice or retribution. There's no such thing. My intent is just to seek justice and no more. No excess, what is truly deserved. Righteous justice, righteous vengeance. So it is important to pay attention to all types of music, how they make us feel. Then take that music and go deeper, meditate on it. Let the notes and the vibration from the notes and the frequencies from the notes guide you. And then you'll start to be able to read the unsung story that is being told. Then you can start going back to some old bard tales, bard songs, bard music, or some old classical blues to guys, old school bluegrass music. Soul, it has soul. Music has been around probably since the beginning of time. And it's been used for many things. So it is important. It is one of the most important things, I think, that is overlooked in the occult community. Some say it's just, that's more earth-based. That's low magic. Let me tell you something. Even in high ritual magic, do you not chime a bell, ring the gong, chant? Sometimes how we reverberate our words of power into a more whimsical, musical type note. It helps with pronunciation and getting the energy. Music is very important. It's a very important tool. In fact, if you look at some of the grades in the Golden Dawn, you'll find each grade also has attributed to it a musical letter note. For Lima was more attributed to the G7. Chaos Magician is more attributed to G7. It's that vibration and frequency. What is G7? It's a G note on the 7th scale. It is a Chaos Magician. As you guys can see, music's been at the heart of our traditions and our practices and our beliefs throughout the centuries. It is learning how to attune ourselves to those vibrations and frequencies. And it just starts simply by meditating on music. Pick your genre, to step outside the box. Don't pick the genre that you listen to all the time, because you're already accustomed to it. Go off somewhere where you never went before. Listen to the music. See how it makes you feel. Keep a little journal if you like. Because let me tell you something. When you go back to the genre that you love, you'll appreciate it more, because it'll speak to you more. You'll be easier to access your emotion, those energies that trigger those emotions in you. Triggers that energy build up to a point where you'll be able to, just by thinking of a song, those energies instantaneously, without, pretty much all without thought, just by thinking on a note or humming a note. Then you'll begin to listen, as I said, when you're out in nature, to the birds. You'll be able to understand their song and what they're speaking. That's almost a lost art these days, guys. Communing with nature, listening to the birds, listening to the wind and air, wind chime. Like I said, babbling creek. It's all music. It's all music with a story. Even us talking, when we are vibrating our words or chanting, we are now entering a musical state. That's why it is important to, I'm not, like I said, I'm not bashing the meditation music out there, but you don't need special meditation music when you have your own music that you listen to every day. The music is one of those things that can calm us, give us peace, relax us. Like I said, most people, they trip when they see me start going through music, and they're like, oh, what the hell? I didn't know you listen to the country. Well, I don't really. But sometimes I do. I'm not in the mood for it. Just because of the vibrations, the energy, the memories. I'm always looking for new artists. It can be an adventure watching my channels when I'm just on YouTube and just liking videos. You'll be surprised what I won't stumble across and listen to. Sometimes it amazes me, because it might be something that I don't normally listen to. Now here of late, I've been, yes, more of on a pagan music kick, Viking music kick. And some of that's because of the time of the year, with the Beltane, spring equinox. Now we're approaching summer. The festivals, the memories that they take you back, the stories that are written in their music. That is something that's also you'll begin to appreciate once you start meditating on music. Some of the older pagan music, the folk music, some of the ones that just don't have the words, just instrumental, to begin to hear the story through the music, see it even. If you're meditating on it, you'll even, in a sense, go back to that time and see what they were telling you. But yet, there's no words. It's just music. It's the energies and frequencies and vibrations that is showing you the picture of what is composed, the story that's truly there. Like I said, it's the beginning of understanding of silence. Like I said, most people are confused. They're misled on what silence really means. You know, meditation is so important in our lives, especially in this day and age. It's important, guys. I can't state this enough. That you guys find a way to take a break from everything. Turn your TVs off, computers off. Take the damn batteries out of your phone or iPad or whatever you're using. It's a distraction. Not to mention, while we're talking about frequencies and vibrations and energy, they all produce a frequency, a hum that you'll, trust me, you'll understand it once you start meditating on music, because you'll be able to hear it. And guys, if you're not adept to cyber magic and cyber warfare, and you don't know how to block that type of frequency and energy, it can be used to manipulate you and control you. Depression, make you feel down when there's no reason for it. And guys, it's about to get even worse, because now we're getting ready to go to 5G. Just think what 4G and 2G was like. Imagine what they can do with 4G or 5G when you can literally stream 4K Ultra. Like it isn't nothing. And it's coming. It's real soon. Eventually, everything will be 5G. There will be no more analog. There will be no more little DSL boxes that you have to use for internet or broadband. No more landline phones for those that still have them. So it is important. That's what makes understanding music so important. Because it's the very same frequency of notes they sometimes use, well, not sometimes, most of the time use against us with our Wi-Fi signals from our phone. That's why it is important to meditate on music. Make deep music, but you can't just stick to the same old basics. I mean, Pink Floyd, for me, is another one to meditate to. You just gotta find your niche that's outside your normal. That's the best way to start, guys. I mean, for most, I think most people will find classical music is a little bit easier. For me, not so much. I appreciate classical music because, well, it's a band. But at the same time, I have appreciation for all music. And that's the way, something we should strive for. And you will, as you meditate on other genres of music and find the ones that really speak to you. Allow you, when you're had a long day at work, you're on your way home, just to turn on the radio to a station that just plays some music that's calming, peaceful, and you just end up meditating while you're driving, you'll become relaxed. Stress of the day will just fade away. Well, so far it looks like the streams went okay. Sorry guys, I'm a little gun shy after Monday when my stream got crashed 26 minutes in and it said my computer went to sleep. But yet the handle said I was still live streaming for 56 minutes. I'm not sure what my next meditation is going to be on yet, guys. I'm only back for like 2 weeks, so it's like the first week of the broadcast, so getting back to the broadcast. But next Wednesday, I'm going to keep meditations on Wednesdays. I like it. I love doing it. There's so many different forms of meditations we can talk about and discuss. You know, I think it's a good idea to incorporate music with all your meditations. Maybe not at first. I guess I better state that as the obvious, but not at first. At first you want to focus on just music, meditating on that, then changing up with just instrumental or just vocals, no instrumental. Then, mix it up. But spend a little time on each genre. Then what you'll find is you'll be able to pick a genre that speaks to you, allows you to reach those deeper states of hypnosis. And you'll be able to train yourself to hear just not the music, but other things in the background that you'll be meditating on. And you'll be able to practice tuning out the music, but not tuning it out, to where it's only the frequencies and vibrations, only the energy that you are feeling, no longer hearing, while you're working on meditation, while you're running through the chakras, or charging a sigil, or meditating on some ritual work that you're preparing to do. It also is nice, especially for ritual work. Pick the music that's appropriate for the energies you'll be working with, the frequencies that you'll be working with. That'll allow you to, it's just that much more energy you're bringing to that ritual. And it's less energy that you're spending. It's less taxing on you. Yeah. Music is truly one of the things that speaks to our soul, more so than anything else. Learn to use it. It is an awesome tool, a tool that's been used probably since the beginning of time. Now for those, my next broadcast, guys, will be Saturday. That'll be open discussion night, which means it is your guys' night. You guys are all welcome to join in the chat. Ask questions, share your stories, your ideas, your theories. If you want, in the description, there's ways to contact me if you'd like to join in live. I think Chris might be joining us this weekend. Maybe, I'm not sure. I know he started a new job, so I'm not quite sure what his schedule is, but he tries to join us on the open discussion nights. Like I said, that night I set aside for you guys. We've had some good ones, guys. We've had some that's went 8 hours with wild topics. We tried, but I do ask, let's try to keep it occult-based. This is more of a cult channel. This is a cult channel. And a cult channel, period. So, and don't worry if you do get off subject. I'll find a way to make it an occult subject, as somebody found out with cottage cheese. You'd have to watch the video to understand, but yeah, somebody asked, what can you tell me about cottage cheese? I need it for an essay. And trust me, I found a way to turn that into a cult subject. Hey, it's an alchemical process. It's transmutation. So, but like I said, it's your guys' night. You're all welcome to join. The object is from all these channels, even when I go do live streams. Feel free to comment, ask questions, or share your ideas. I monitor the chat, and that's why I love doing this, so I can interact with you guys. It's a different experience. And we learn from each other by doing it that way. That's the most important thing. I mean, for real, doing these videos for me is kind of a form of meditation as well. Because I have to be in a certain state of mind. You'll eventually figure that out, why I do it. I'm not going to spoil the fun on that one, but for those that know me, they already know it's one of my more natural gifts. Yeah, sometimes we joke around, but it isn't a joke when I can say I can reach out and touch you no matter where you're at in the world. I've got friends in Australia that can testify to that. And I live here in Ohio, so in the United States. It's almost a world away. But like I said, yeah, Saturday night. This Saturday night, all Saturday night chats will be at 7 o'clock. All other live streams throughout the week will be at 9, and I may change that even again because, well, I think in a couple more weeks, a lot of the work that I've been doing outside and will die down, be caught up, hopefully. Probably not, but like tonight I got in, I had to deal with, I didn't even get a chance to deal with the internet until after I got a shower and something to eat, and it was like 10 to 9, and then I had to go through the process of rebooting the router, restarting the computer, because we just didn't have, our connection was crap. I couldn't even get to YouTube. Hopefully that problem is fixed by tomorrow, though. But yeah, it's good. And plus I got to share all the links. So yeah, it's like I said, it takes me about 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes 45 minutes. 45 I was doing it the way I used to do it. So that's why I've kind of curtailed posting, just sending links to the groups and stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so you know when I'm going live. You know when I upload videos. If you like the videos, hit the like button, hit the share button. And that tells me you want to keep seeing these podcasts and the information I'm sharing. And like I said, I do this for you guys. Yeah, I do it for myself too. Like I said, it's a form of meditation too, in a sense. Like I said, I'll leave next week's meditation as a surprise, as it's probably going to be a surprise for me because I haven't figured, don't quite know what I want to talk about yet. Like I said, there's so many different genres of meditation and stuff. Funny, I can use the word genre for meditation. But like I said, for those that tune in Saturday, I look forward to interacting with you guys. not, like I said, you can always find the videos on my channel for previous videos I've done. So hope you guys enjoyed. I will see those of you that tune in on Saturday. And for those that just tune in for the meditation video, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Same time, same place. Good night all.